first live stream on YouTube, so forgive me if I've like rambling or stuttering. So this is my Q&A, get to know me kind of video live stream. So, and talk about NASCAR and all that stuff. So my first question is, how do you think Bubba Wallace will do in the 43 next year? As a fan, I think he will do fairly well, but that team in general, like that car they need to find some speed. And with changing over to Chevy, I think that's going to be a good thing for them. So if they can find speed, then I think he'll have a decent season. As a rookie, I think he'll get a handful of top tens. To me, I don't expect rookies to get to win races. I just want them to see them perform well and see how well they do around these seasoned veterans, especially like the JGR guys and all that. What made you become a NASCAR fan, and how long have you been one? One, I have been a fan of this sport for 2 decades. I know I don't seem old enough to be a fan for that long, but I am 26 and I've been a fan of the sport for about since I was 6 years old, so 20 years. I became a fan of the sport through my dad. I watched races with him, and I just enjoyed watching the cars on TV, and the colors. At the time I just liked the colors of the cars, especially the number 24 at the time, the Rainbow Warrior car of Jeff Gordon. And to this day, he's my all-time favorite driver. And I have his 24 Rainbow diecast from like 2006 or something like that. And yeah, I grew up as a tomboy, and I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I grew up as a daddy's girl, and I've just been super into sports, football, baseball. I played soccer when I was younger. My favorite team, like professional teams, have always been the Padres. I've been from San Diego, grew up in San Diego, so I'm just a San Diego junkie. So anything San Diego, I enjoy. Padres, Chargers, or I know they're not in San Diego anymore, but I'm a kind of a big fan of the Patriots too. I know some people are like, you can't be a fan of 2 teams. I'm like, yeah, actually I can, but I have my Brady jersey and Patriots bag. Pretty much anything sports related you'll find in my room. I have a full bookcase of like either Chase stuff or just NASCAR stuff in general. I plan on getting more. I just ordered a new Chase Elliott sweatshirt number 9. I'm stacking up some new 9 gear for next year, so I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, so that was a little tidbit of my sports history and what I'm a fan of. What is my favorite color? My favorite color is blue. I've always loved the color blue since I was like really little. I had one of my old bedrooms painted like a sky blue, so I love that. I also love red and black and some green when it's Christmas time. So let's see. Have I seen the movie Days of Thunder? Yes, I have. And if you haven't, you need to, because it's just such a good movie. Any racing movie I am down to watch. Talladega Nights with Days of Thunder. Any sports movie I will watch if it's good. If it's not, then I will not watch it. How long, like I, that was a repeat question. How long have I been a fan? 20 years. Do I play NASCAR video games? I do not. I'm not a big gamer myself. I used to play a lot when I was younger, but now it just bores me. I get bored too easily with video games. I just don't see the hype and excitement around video games. If you could go to any race, what it would be, top of my list would be the Daytona 500 and also Talladega. But my goal is to get to every track of a NASCAR circuit in my lifetime. Every single one of them. I've been to only two so far, Phoenix and Auto Club Speedway. My goal next year is to get to Las Vegas Speedway. It's only about 5-6 hours away from me. So I can just drive up there and enjoy a weekend. I will be going to the Phoenix Spring Race. I got some insight to getting some free tickets for myself and people in my family, so I'm pretty excited about that. Something about the Vegas, most likely the fall race, since I'm going to the Phoenix race in March. And I'll probably go to the Phoenix race again in November. So my goal is to get to every single NASCAR track on the circuit they go to. Let's see what else. How long have I been a Chase fan? I have started to be a Chase fan right when he was beginning to go into basically the beginning of his rookie season of Xfinity. And so 2014. People, I want to do a quick story. I became a fan of his not because of his looks. I didn't become it because of his dad. I became a fan because of how good of a driver he is, how well spoken he is, how wise beyond his years he is, and just how he interacts with fans, old or younger, it doesn't matter. He's I think he's an amazing person. I have yet to meet him. One day I will meet him. And when he when it was announced to be driving the 24 car for the last 2 seasons, I was pretty stoked on that. Not just because he was driving in the famous 24, but the fact that he was handpicked by Jeff Gordon and Mr. Hendrick to drive that car. So people were giving him crap about it. Of course, people who with fixations on numbers will say he doesn't deserve it. The number should have been retired, just like the same thing with Austin Dillon driving the 3 car. They give him crap saying he needs to not be driving that car. The only reason he's driving that car is because of his grandfather and blah, blah, blah. And it needs to be retired. Newsflash, but they don't retire cars in NASCAR. If they did, there would be no numbers left. So just because you think it needs to be retired, that's significant because of one driver, get your head out of your butt. Just saying, it's getting ridiculous. But I think he did a very, very good job in his first 2 seasons, regardless of getting wins or not. He was the most consistent young driver, besides Larson, I've seen in the longest time. Like, rookie season, he finished 10th overall, made it to the round of 12 in the playoffs. This year, second year as a driver, second most consistent driver in the playoffs behind Truex, and finishes made it to the round of 8, and finishes 5th in the standings overall. Like, what other second year driver does that? And people say he's like not good and he's overrated. I'm like, well, his stats say otherwise. He had like 21 top 10s, 12 top 5s. Like, hello. How is that consider him overrated if he's putting up those kind of numbers? But anyway, that's just me, my Chase fan coming out. People just think just because he's the son of Bill Elliott, he's supposed to be winning races right off the bat. I'm like, it doesn't work that way. Your last name only takes you so far in this industry. You have to prove yourself, and that's what he did. And that's why he's in the car he's in. And now he's going into his number, his dad's number, the 9 car next year, which I'm super excited about. Like, he deserves to be in that number. So, and with the new Chevy Camaro coming out, he's gonna kick some butt and win races and show those Toyotas that Chevys are not gonna be messed with. Chevy's gonna take the championship back next year, and I can't wait to see that happen. So, anyway, my Chase rant is over. I became a fan of his back in 2014. That's all you need to know. And I get repeat questions. So, basically, my background of me personally, not just talking about sports, but I was born in Hawaii. So was my sister, older sister. Both my parents are military, like former military. Collectively, they served 42 years in the Navy. My mom did 22. My dad did 20. I lived there until I was 3, and then we moved to San Diego, where I grew up for a majority of my life. Well, my childhood life, up until I was 22, 23 years old. So close to 20 years. And it was hard to leave because all my friends and family were there. As I say family, I mean like my church family and all that. So it was pretty devastating. But now we live in Phoenix, Arizona. And as a Charger sports, like San Diego sports fan, like Chargers and Padres, it's hard. I wear my Charger gear and people glare at me like, why aren't you a Cardinals fan? Why aren't you a D-backs fan? Why aren't you this or that? I'm like, I'm not going to change who I am as a person just because of the state I live in. I've only been here for close to 4 years. And I'm not changing teams just because I'm in a different state, in a different city. So I grew up playing sports. I played soccer. I played softball off and on. If I wasn't playing soccer, I was playing softball, and vice versa. In 6th grade, I played some basketball, rode horses. Of course, I became a fan of. I'm a fan of the Chargers, the Padres, Patriots. Drivers I enjoy like rooting for besides Chase is basically all of Hendrick drivers. No matter who it is, I like rooting for that whole team. I love Ryan Blaney. I think he's extremely talented, and he's good looking too. That's an added bonus. I like, let's see, Bubba. I like Bubba. I like Christopher Bell. I like William Byron, Alex Bowman. So, and now Kenseth, The only tolerable Toyota that I liked is now no longer racing as of right now. Dale Jr., who's not racing anymore, and Carl Edwards was the one that shot me in the heart the hardest. Man, I still can't believe he's not racing anymore. But anyway, that's about it. I might do another one of these soon. So if you guys have questions or anything, just message me on my Instagram and I'll link those all down in the description box when this video is over. My Twitter, Snapchat, everything. Go follow those. So hope you guys have a good night.